Harvest is near for many growers, but cooler temperatures and occasional heavy rain may make it a slow start to the season. News 18's Amber Hardwick reports on potential problems farmers may be facing with this harvest and ways to help with those issues.
Farmers in the region are getting ready for harvest, but with cooler temperatures and sporadic heavy rainfall earlier in the summer, the drying process is slow for corn. The recent dry weather has helped, but it still is raising concern for area farmers.
The biggest frustration at the moment is the fact that we continue to get these occasional heavy rains that's keeping these fields wet and muddy.
Purdue Corn Extension Specialist Bob Nielsen says using heavy machinery in muddy fields may bring stress to the soil. Nielsen says the corn drying slowly may slow down harvest a bit at first, but he doesn't predict it will be too delayed.
I think the crop statewide is basically on track for a fairly normal maturity, and I think for a fairly normal start to harvest anyway.
Nielsen says the risk for stalk rot is also high this season and has seen evidence of it in local fields. He says fields with stalk rot are more likely to break or fall over during severe wind storms. Nielsen encourages farmers to walk their fields to check the durability of the stalks.
You can't stop this problem, but there's an opportunity to harvest those fields first to minimize the risk of that mechanical loss and leave your healthier, better standing fields until later in the season.
Purdue Ag Extension engineer Klein Alilogy says growers prefer to harvest relatively dry grain because it saves them money. However, he says farmers may need to artificially dry their grains a bit more this year.
Most likely we'll have larger, higher moisture contents than is expected or than we normally see.
Alilogy says the large amount of corn and higher moisture content may strain your harvest system. He suggests farmers to check their systems before the season begins.
Plan ahead of time, make sure you prep your post-harvest systems, get them ready, your bins cleaned.
Alilogy also suggests reducing the moisture content of the grains to below 20% to help keep the grain from becoming moldy in storage.
For any storage system, especially for temporary storage system, that grain has to be dried to a safe moisture.
Despite some of the concerns, Nielsen says the USDA is predicting record-breaking yields for Indiana. Amber Hardwick, News 8.